There's a few promising things coming to Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone in the future, and with the Season 2 update, those things were found on the back end of the game. Something that happens usually every update. I mean, every single update is a progressive build of where the game will be, so naturally, there's always going to be these little bits and pieces left over, breadcrumb trails for future content, and we've got a decent bit to go over for the future, more specifically, Season 3 already. So drop your thoughts, drop a like, and consider subscribing for more to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 3 and more FPS content. Finally, check out my friends over at G Fuel, but more on that a little later. For now, let's jump into it. First, we gotta talk disclaimers here as we do with every leak video. Number one, I unfortunately can't show any of the content on screen that's been leaked since it's still unreleased and thus intellectual property of Activision, Sledgehammer, and any studio that worked on the product. A lot of the times the content isn't taken down, so I'll link it below where I can, but just for safety's sake, I don't feature it in videos so that we don't get hit with takedowns or copyright strikes. Number two, the content seen today is a snapshot in time. All things are again seen from when the update went out. Updates are part of progressive and ever-changing builds, so timetables can easily change, items can be cut, pushed back. We don't know the circumstances and things for certain until they're announced or released. But everything seen in this video and discussed appears to be coming to the game as of the time of the Season 2 update. And number three, this is from the Season 2 update. Season 2 Reloaded will introduce even more here to the fold to discuss, so we'll touch on that when the time does come. But first, let's talk about our first and biggest leak, Rebirth Island, the biggest and most prominent by far of these, but it makes sense. Raven teased Specialist on the map a while back. They wouldn't tease that if it was too far out. For seasonal, like, headliner items, it makes sense too. Season 3 is a sort of wild card. Season 4 is usually when we start to see some sort of reveal for the upcoming game. Season 5 will see betas and such around that time frame too, so that you'll have stuff in the current game of Modern Warfare 3, but also a lot of focus going towards Black Ops, Gulf War, COD 2024. And Season 6 is usually something that happens in that last month of the game's main year of support. Usually we'll have that haunting of whatever. This year, the haunting of Urzikstan, then the final half of that season is usually like a crossover with the next game's launch. So realistically, Season 3 checks out for that. But in regards to when, I mean, it could be at any point during Season 3. There were assets mentioning Season 3_Rebirth, but that could be at launch, that could be at Reloaded, that could be in the launch window or like a week or two after the launch of the season. There's no guarantee just yet on that. As we'll touch on in a second, Specialist appears to be coming in Season 3 Reloaded, so maybe that's something that it's coming in tandem with that. Maybe it's not there until Season 3 Reloaded, or maybe it's one of those things that is a launch item and then we have more stuff thrown in the mix here at Season 3 Reloaded. Maybe Urzikstan ranked, that big map BR ranked, is Season 3 launch, and the Season 3 Reloaded content is a new Resurgence map, or returning Resurgence map. We'll have to wait and see, but Rebirth does seem to be coming sooner rather than later. From COD Next, they almost made it seem like it was going to be a summer launch, with Season 3 starting in April, going until likely early to mid-June. We're fast-tracking this a bit, it seems. Honestly, when it comes to the map itself, though, I don't know if I'm expecting a one-to-one map per se, and everything that we saw on either end of the spectrum that you want to take it, either as a sort of purist in what we saw with the introduction in Warzone with Black Ops Cold War Season 1, or if we really want to go further back, Alcatraz with Black Ops 4 and Blackout, or if it's going to be something that picks up right where, say, Vanguard left off. I mean, Vanguard did add an entire wing to that map. You have that southern stronghold region that was added in with Vanguard, so it could be something that could be one of those, but also, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get that Fortune's Keep treatment, kind of adjusting it even further a little bit more. I mean, we'll see what happens, but Rebirth Island might be that big marquee item of Season 3 after all. But beyond that, let's talk about elsewhere in Modern Warfare 3, in Warzone, because there's a lot of stuff still to go over, but not as much context or maybe implication with it. For weapons, we know about in Season 3, a compound bow, the MP9 machine pistol, the Ball assault rifle, and the Moores sniper rifle. Now, if you guys remember, Season 3 was for a long time hinted at and being rumored to be the sort of continuation of the advanced warfare weaponry coming back into Modern Warfare 3. Of those weapons that were previously leaked, right now the EM1, that laser weapon, is not on this list that we see right now. It could be a part of that still upcoming, and what was mentioned by data miners and leakers may just be like the in addition to stuff, but it is possible the EM1 may have been pushed, may have been cut. But right now, we do know we have ballistic weapons of the Ball and the Moores coming in that assault rifle and sniper category, with a machine pistol and a compound bow on top of that. So that's where some of those other things that we've previously seen leaked, of maybe the bow coming back, now coming into Season 3, but the MP9, Ball, and Moores alongside that. Operators, we got a few here. Codenamed Lambda, Kappa, interesting there. Devin Booker, which is going to be an NBA crossover, similar to what we've seen previously, it seems like. Snoop Dogg apparently getting another operator. And surprisingly, Cheech and Chong. I'm really not sure how that one will fit, but apparently they were found in the game files as well. So interesting for sure. Multiplayer items, we have the Dauntless Boots and Squad Rage. Squad Rage is also something that's seen in the Warzone section, which we'll touch on in just a second. My guess maybe being something that offers battle rage, but for your entire squad, like maybe streak or a field upgrade of some kind. Similar to, at least in my thinking, how this would work would be the crash healing ability from Black Ops 4. But again, I could be entirely off the mark here at that. And the Dauntless Boots, I'm imagining this being the Dauntless perk from Vanguard, but instead in the boot category, making the player immune to movement, reducing and burn effects. So essentially just giving you one of those side effects of what we have now with the Ninja Vest, but now in a perk format in the boot category. So we'll see if that actually happens as such, but those were added in the game files as well. Over on the Warzone side of things, of course, Rebirth Island. You have Specialist, as we talked about, that coming in Season 3 Reloaded. Very curious how that's going to play out, given that Specialist is then going to be encompassed in a perk package of something that previously only allows for 4, so I don't know exactly what we'll see come with that, if there's any limitations. I'm imagining this is going to be something that is a reward for an Easter egg of some kind. No way they're going to end up making it pretty easy to get. But anyways, beyond that, we have something described as biometric scans, power cards, Squad Rage again, maybe perhaps like that field upgrade, and payment phones. So some stuff that really doesn't offer too many clues as to what that could mean in terms of gameplay related items and abilities, but some stuff no less to consider for the future. Zombies, there's a mention of the Rift Object Speed and Rift Object Vision, some stuff coming along with the Zombies Ether Rifts. Those, again, not a whole ton, but realistically, kind of still seems like beyond those exfil streaks, or rather containment levels, as they're referring to them within Modern Warfare Zombies, it still doesn't seem like a whole ton is being found for the progression of Modern Warfare Zombies, which is, I think, honestly, pretty unfortunate. I really actually kind of enjoyed my time grinding Modern Warfare Zombies, so it's a shame to see it just kind of abandoned. But that's the items that we ended up learning about that were data mined here from Season 2's update. But beyond that, we still don't know about a handful of different things. Firstly, the one that comes to my mind is multiplayer maps. The last officially confirmed statement we had was 3 new maps for Season 1, 3 new maps for Season 2, and 12 new maps total in the post-launch support. So we don't know. It's likely not going to be another 3 new maps coming within Season 3. Maybe we see like 2 and some new introductions of the pipelines of like remasters or remakes, similar to DOS House coming up with fan favorite modes. I'd still love to see if they are going to be remastering stuff, fan favorite maps from Modern Warfare 3, maybe some of the Modern Warfare 2 DLC maps. I think that there's definitely ways that you could take it, because there are still a handful of maps that players have not played if they are newer to the franchise. Like, there's a lot of maps that still have never been remade from that DLC from Modern Warfare 2, from Modern Warfare 3. So there's definitely options and stuff that could feel new to a lot of new gen players, but still feel familiar to those that are older and have been playing the franchise for a long time. But again, that's just one of those things that I don't think that you're ever going to strike the perfect chord here with this. I really have enjoyed the original maps that Modern Warfare 3 has brought along. I know that some players maybe not. Some people would have preferred to see some of those other remasters. Others are like, why are we getting remasters at all? So it's just, we'll see how everything breaks down. And then the last thing that I'm curious about is any Warzone Urzikstan map changes, because we have not seen, besides that underground zombies bunker underneath Old Town, we haven't seen any map changes to Urzikstan just yet, in what will be at the time of these launches 2 whole seasons, 4 months at that point. So I'm wondering if we'll see anything progress with Urzikstan to keep big map players interested and have a feeling of something new, plus to maybe continue a storyline. I mean, not a whole ton of cohesive storyline is going on right now to begin with. We kind of dropped the ball with that, with the through line story with Modern Warfare 2. Nothing really progressed any sort of story through Al Mazrah, like, at all. And Urzikstan doesn't keep anything going either. So we'll see. But that said, that is the leaks here with Season 2 and upcoming for Season 3 that you should know of. So that I think is where we're going to call it. But before we wrap everything up, I want to remind you, code Espresso gets you up to 30% off your entire order over at G Fuel. To me, G Fuel is my cup of coffee in the morning, gets my day and my productivity going, and I'm sure that there's a flavor out there for you. I personally recommend Pog Juice, Starfruit, Strawberry Banana, the Morbius Nectarine flavor, and a few others. But whether you want to try it out for the first time and maybe pick up a starter kit, giving you a couple of different sample packs and a shaker cup, or you're familiar and you want to get a certain flavor, maybe a tub or a couple to restock, code Espresso can get you a nice little discount if you're interested. Again, upwards of 30% off your entire order. So check the link down below if you guys are at all interested. But for now, that is what we're going to call it. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of the leaks here and the upcoming content for Season 3 and potentially beyond with Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone? Love to get your thoughts. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 3, Warzone, and other FPS content here on the channel. I'd love to have you. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Modest Man Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.